And then there's that fascinating detail where it is said that Lot's wife stopped, looked back, and was turned into a pillar of salt. For generations, her story has been whispered, just a fleeting moment in scripture. A glance, a turn, and her fate was sealed in salt. Lot's wife became a symbol of what happens when the past holds us more tightly than the promise of the future. But now, something extraordinary has emerged. This is not a theory, not a metaphor. It's a real discovery.
Made in the deserts of Israel, so precise, so impactful, that it shakes both the world of science and the world of faith. You're about to witness how an ancient story comes to life. And believe me, after this, you will never see things the same way again. So if you believe in truth, in faith, in the unveiling of mysteries that still speak to us today, subscribe now. Because what we're about to reveal might transform how you understand the past and how you walk toward your future. In the sun-scorched wilderness near the Dead Sea, where ancient silence meets unrelenting heat, archaeologists encountered something that defies simple explanation. There, among dust and stone, they found a unique formation, a pillar of salt, not shaped by erosion or chance, but one that distinctly resembles a standing human figure, upright, hardened, and still. This wasn't just a salt deposit or an oddly shaped rock. It was precisely at a place long identified by tradition as the site where Lot's wife looked back. And in that moment of discovery, it felt as if history breathed against something sacred unearthed, as if time itself had preserved a testimony for future generations. This isn't a metaphor carved in stone. It's a silhouette, a figure, sculpted by the elements, yet astonishingly aligned with the biblical account. The overlap between location, form, and meaning cannot be easily dismissed, because when an ancient text aligns with a modern discovery of such precision and symbolic weight, we are left not with answers, but with an undeniable sense that something transcendent has resurfaced. We must grasp the full gravity of what was found. We must return not just in thought, but in spirit, to where it all began. The plains south of the Dead Sea, once fertile and thriving, are now barren, their silence heavy, the air dry, the land unable to sustain more than asterisk memory. But long ago, in those same places, the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah flourished, names now synonymous with corruption and decay. According to scripture, their people abandoned the sacred to pursue selfish desires, trading reverence for chaos, justice for depravity. Their evil cried out to heaven, and, in response, God sent judgment. It wasn't random punishment. It was deliberate. Yet even amid destruction, there was mercy. Angels arrived at Lot's house with a clear, urgent message: leave, flee the destruction. Take your family, and no matter what happens, do not look back. The instruction was crystal clear. No ambiguity, no space for reinterpretation. It was a lifeline drawn by divine urgency, a boundary between salvation and catastrophe. But in the final moments of escape, Lot's wife hesitated. She looked back, perhaps with longing, perhaps with sorrow. And in that moment, everything changed. Her life was cut short, her form preserved, not just as a symbol of disobedience, but as a living warning that what we cling to when we defy the sacred can cost us everything. There are moments in life that define us, not with noise or spectacle, but through quiet decisions made in passing time. For Lot's wife, her turning point wasn't a rebellion, nor a dramatic showdown. It was a glance, a simple turn of the head that sealed her fate. She had been walking toward safety, toward a future prepared by divine mercy. The path was clear. Destruction behind her was final. No return, physically or spiritually. Yet something in her resisted. Maybe it was the weight of a life built, a beloved home, bonds that once brought comfort, now tying her to a doomed world. And in that moment, caught between God's voice and the seduction of memory, she turned, a small gesture, but with immense consequence. That glance wasn't merely disobedience, it was a revelation of the heart. It revealed where her true loyalty lay, and the result wasn't just judgment, it was transformation. Her body suspended between two realities, a past that couldn't be saved and a future she'd never reach. In her moment of escape, her figure was enveloped by the salt of the earth and remained there, not as cruel punishment, but as a silent testimony to the cost of divided devotion. In that frozen posture, eternity claimed one moment of hesitation. What could have been a misstep became a monument preserved across centuries as both mystery and mirror. Time has the power to bury stories under layers of doubt, Over centuries, sacred accounts often fade into myths, softened by modern skepticism. But sometimes, the earth itself speaks, and the line between history and faith blurs. On the western edge of the Dead Sea, at the foot of Mount Sodom, a ridge rich in salt stretching into the Israeli desert, geologists and archaeologists discovered a singular formation. Rising alone from the landscape stood a pillar of salt, remarkably human in shape, so striking that even seasoned scientists were stunned. What they saw was not man-made, not a sculpture, a natural formation, shaped by time but with symmetry to perfect.
Lot's wife is not just a story from the past, she is a reminder for today. When God calls you to something greater, don't look back, let go of what holds you. If this story touches your heart, share it, let someone else hear the message, and remember, not to scare you, but you keep walking forward, always forward, never back. Don't forget to subscribe button.